Good afternoon, 8th grade. In today's lesson, I will review the assignment that was given to you prior last week. In your student book, pages 8 and 9, I will read Azim's story and complete this article with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. But first, I want to review these vocabulary words with their meanings. The first word is accessories. Accessories means an item like a bag, hat, or belt you wear because it looks nice. Accessories يعني إشي extra بنلبسه عشان يحلي اللبسة. The second word is to collect يعني يجمع. To collect means to bring together or gather together. The third word is disabled. إنسان باحتياجات خاصة. Disabled means someone who can't use a part of their body properly. The next word is attractive. Attractive means جذاب, يعني someone pleasant to look at. The next word is handmade. Handmade means مصنوع يدوي. It is made by people using their hands, not by a machine. And finally, the last word is municipality. Municipality means بلدية, a town or city government that makes decisions on local affairs. Those are the vocabulary words. Make sure you go over them, you repeat them after me, you write the definition for it, and study it well. Now, going down to reading Azim's story. A woman with a vision, يعني امرأة بطموح أو امرأة بحلم. Hello, welcome to the Halima Al-Saada Center. I am Azim. Why did I set up this center? That is a question. She is asking a question. I began. Here we have I, and they've given you begin, but to change it in the begin is the present. To change it to the past, we must put began. I began collecting traditional objects and clothes 45 years ago because I wanted to save our tradition. 25 years ago, I started my own business. Later, I realized I could also help poor women to start their own businesses. People always like the traditional clothes that I wore. Here they given us wear. Wear is in the present. To change it to the past, we must change wear to wore. W-O-R-E, wore. People always like the traditional clothes that I wore. This is how I got the idea to design clothes, accessories, small bags for mobile phones, small carpets, and furniture. I knew how to make traditional handcrafts because and they given us learn. Learn is in the present. To change it in the past, we must change learn to learnt. Because I learned the skills from my mother and grandmother. I watched my mother work from the time they given us be, we must change be to the past, which becomes was. I watched my mother work from the time I was 8 years old. My aim, يعني الهدف تبعي, my aim, however, is to protect our tradition. يعني الهدف تبعها إنه كان إنه تحفظ على tradition تراث تبعها. And they given us not want. Not want is in the present. To change it to the past, we must say I didn't want to keep my knowledge to myself. يعني هي ما كانت حابة إنه تخلي العلم لإلها بس. إنه بدها, she wanted to share it with everyone. I didn't want to keep my knowledge to myself. So I decided to give courses on traditional crafts to poor women. The town municipality also helps me by providing all the materials we need. يعني البلدية ساعدتها بالأشياء اللي هي she needed عشان, to keep the tradition and keep the business going. I also help disabled people by showing them how to make simple but attractive handmade materials. And we all enjoy spending time together. This is the article about a woman with a vision. Now, going to page 9, the grammar part. Number 1. Each of the questions below contain a mistake in the past form. Correct the mistake and explain what is wrong. Number 1, we have why did she does it? There is a mistake in the sentence. What is it? Does, we change to do. So 1 becomes why did she do it in a question form. Number 2, when do Asim begin to collect traditional objects and clothes? We cannot say when do Asim. We say when did Asim begin to collect traditional objects and clothes in question form as well. Number 3, how do she learn to make traditional handcrafts? We cannot say how do she learn. We say how did she learn. Do is in the present. We must change the present to the past, which becomes did. Number 4, what did she taught poor women? Taught is in the present. We must change taught to the past, which becomes teach. So number 4 changes to what did she teach poor women? Number 5, how did she helped disabled people? That is wrong. We do not say helped. We say how did she help disabled people? Number 2, now answer the questions with full answers. So, number 1, why did she do it? Asim did it because she wanted to save the Arabian tradition. Number 2, when did Asim begin to collect traditional objects and clothes? She began to collect traditional objects and clothes 45 years ago. Number 3, how did she learn to make traditional handcrafts? She learned to make traditional handcrafts from her mother and grandmother. Number 4, what did she teach poor women? She taught poor women traditional crafts. Number 5, how did she help disabled people? She helped disabled people by showing them how to make simple but attractive handmade materials. That is for grammar number 2. Now, going down to number 3, we have complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. I will read it and put in the correct form of verb. Munir, hello. Omar, it's Munir. How's everything? Omar says, Munir, where have you been? I've tried to call you several times, but you weren't at home. Try is wrong. We must change try to the past, which becomes tried. T-R-I-E-D. Next sentence. I be on holiday in Jordan. We cannot say I be on holiday in Jordan. Be is in the present. We change be to the past, which becomes was. I was on holiday in Jordan. Actually, I'm calling to check if I can see you today. I have a gift for you. A gift? It's not my birthday yet, Omar said. I find very interesting things in Petra and Madaba and got you something you'll really like. We cannot say I find. No, that's in the present. It's in the past. We say I found very interesting things in Petra and Madaba and got you something you'll really like. Number 4, I watch people in the streets making beautiful handcrafts. Because this is in the past, we cannot say I watch. We change watch to watched. W-A-T-C-H-E-D. Number 5. There be bags and rugs made of sheep's wool and goat's hair, colorful carpets, and sand art in bottles. We cannot say there be because be is in the present. We are talking about the past. We must change be to were, W-E-R-E, which makes it in the past. There were bags and rugs made of sheep's wool and goat's hair, colorful carpets, and sand art in bottles. Number 6. I buy a silver necklace for my mom. It's all handmade. We cannot say I buy. We say I bought a silver necklace for my mom. Bought in the past, B-O-U-G-H-T. So it becomes I bought a silver necklace for my mom. It's all handmade. That's amazing. So what did you get for me? You have to guess. So this is the grammar part for page 9. Completed it with you. Just to review very quickly the past simple tense, please do not forget to be for the affirmative is subject plus was were. For the negative, subject plus was not were not. For the question, was were plus subject. For the verbs, for the affirmative, subject plus verb 2, ed. For the negative, subject plus did not plus verb 1. And for the question, did plus subject plus verb 1.